What's up YouTube? I know it has been forever since I have done a video, but I wanted to come on here and actually introduce myself because I don't think I ever did that. So my name is Neha Raman. That is how you say my name. If you've been reading it wrong this whole time, I'm sorry, I probably should have told you how to actually say my name. I am 20 years old and I am the CEO and co-founder of Rung. So Rung is the channel that you are watching right now, but we offer a nail polish set that allows you to create your own custom shades of nail polish, which I will post an image for you guys. And just an FYI, another question I get asked a lot is, what does Rung mean? And Rung means colors in Hindi. So it's kind of just like a cross of, everything that I am. I'm Indian, but also, offering a nail polish set where you can create custom shades of color. Right now we have a nail polish set out, but we are hoping to, bring out more cosmetics in the future. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about my story and how I got started and how old I was and what I kind of did to get to the point that I'm at now, which is, everything has been produced and I've been selling and just that whole journey so far. I always get asked in like interviews and just like different things about my story and what I've done and how I got started and all that kind of stuff. So for all of you budding entrepreneurs out there, or even if you're not an entrepreneur but you're just always interested in how people take their ideas and bring it to life, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Even if those aren't interest areas of yours, I hope that this video still makes some kind of difference to you guys. That's all I hope to do in the world, is I hope to get to a place in life where I can inspire and help and influence others to make their dreams come true, whatever that might be. Rung is kind of literally my dream come true and is still kind of working to do crazy things. So we're gonna go ahead and get into my story. So just to begin this story, anyone who knew me in high school knew that I was really into nail polish and nail art. I just had this huge nail polish fetish and was constantly, looking at different YouTube videos and just different tutorials, and was just super into it, and I would spend more time on it than I probably should have. But it was just something I was really into and I loved doing it, and I would always go to the store and, keep wanting to add different colors to my collection just because I liked having a range. I liked changing my nails all the time and just seeing, what else I could do and what else I could create. And so one day, I kind of got tired of seeing the same colors over and over again. And so, that kind of prompted me to want to create my own custom shades. It was just something I'd always kind of thought about doing. But I wanted to do it for my own personal use. So I Googled it, or I went on Amazon, just what you typically do when you're looking for something, to look to see if there was anything out there, and turns out there actually wasn't. So when I realized, there wasn't anything out there, I thought, this might be, something cool to, kind of think about and maybe, come out with. So, that was when I was around 16, 17 was sort of idea phase. And from there, I kind of talked to my parents about it. They thought it was really cool too. So I just went down this huge research path of just kind of looking up, seeing what goes into nail polish, how it's made, what, manufacturers are out there, what kind of packaging. And especially because the novelty of, our nail polish set is it's all literally made from scratch. There is nothing out there on the market, as of now at least. And so it's not like, you could approach a manufacturer and say, hey, this is what I need, you've already done this in the past, we just need these colors, which is easy for them to do. But for us, because it was such a new idea, we had to kind of think about, how are we going to do this packaging? What's going to be the easiest way to do it? And, for quite a while, we were actually stuck in just trying to figure out, what packaging is going to work. We finally got everything last year. We got our sample set last year, so that was 2015. And then, made whatever adjustments we needed to do to the set. And then we finally got our shipment in very late November, so almost early December. So I'm making this video now on November of 2016, so we're coming up on a year of Rung, and it's been a crazy year, honestly. So that's just a very general story of how I got started. In terms of like the actual process of making the nail polish, I kind of got the idea actually after going to a hardware store with my family. We were like getting paint to like repaint our house. And basically what they do is they take a base can of paint and they type in a color combination and it dispenses a certain amount of pigment into the can, creating that custom shade of paint. So that was when, I was kind of like, well, that's how we're going to do it. That's how we're going to make these custom shades. If you could make a mini version of that paint mixing mechanism and apply it to nail polish, then you can create your own custom shades. I would literally sit in my room with just samples that I got from manufacturers, and I would literally just play around and see, what combinations would make what and what amounts would work. And that's kind of how we came up with the little capsule idea. So no, it's not, like drug-like in any kind of way. It just happens to hold the correct amount of pigment that's easy for like measurement purposes without it getting, crazy out of hand or crazy with like measurements or anything like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and, get into a lot of questions that I'm asked, because I know that that's obviously a lot, and sitting here being 20 years old talking about the company that I started, it's a lot, and a lot has happened, a lot had to happen in order for things to kind of go according to plan. But between, entrepreneurial friends I have, between other interviews that I've done, these are just kind of like common questions that I get asked, and I just kind of want to address them to you guys. And if you guys have any other questions, leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as many of them as I can. So first question is, how did you even come up with like the packaging or, figure out, what you needed to do? And to that, I just want to say I literally sat there and Googled stuff. We're very fortunate to live in a world where, Google can kind of help answer as many questions as you can at the time. So I would, Google manufacturers, Google just the process, see, how things would work. So I did a ton of research, and that's, something I obviously recommend to all of you guys as well. If you are looking to start your own companies, do your research on that area. See if there's anything out there. If there was, what happened? Is it still around? Did it go bad? Was there still a market for it? Did it die out? Those are all important questions that you need to be asking yourself. And then, figure out, if there's like a little bit of a process to it that you, don't readily on hand know. Like obviously I'm not a cosmetic chemist, so no, I did not know, the molecular chemistry of nail polish, but, I Googled it, saw as much as I could find, and, kind of went from there. Every single business is going to be different. So, if you're starting a t-shirt business, do your research there, which leads me into the next one of, getting money. And I think that that's like the biggest question everyone always has, or the biggest almost like letdown. Most people are like, well, I have this really cool idea, but like I don't have any money, so I'm just not going to do it. And yes, businesses need money. I think first and foremost, if you are, convinced like this is a great idea, this is something I want to do, see if you can find, a mentor, see if you can find a partner, maybe someone who shares that same idea or that same willingness to make a difference. And like I said, do your research, see what you can do, because the money part will kind of follow through after that. Whether it's from a bank, whether it's from an investor, whether it's from a family member or a friend, they're all going to ask you the same questions. Did you do your research? Why should I give you money for this? What is this going to do? What kind of impact is this going to make? Why do you need the money? What is the money then going to turn into? In my case, I was very fortunate that my parents were willing to invest in my business. They're very entrepreneurial in the sense that, they believe in investing their money into things that do have the ability to grow afterwards. But I also have gone out and won my own money from business plan competitions that I have been in. And I have made over $15,000 from just that. So, I can sit here and tell you guys that there are other options. There are plan competitions. There are tons of opportunities if you guys are students as well, because obviously banks aren't really going to stop and open their checkbooks to you, especially if you are on the younger side. But there are options that are out there. No one is going to give you money until you tell them what your company is even about, or what you're doing. So I think it's so important to first of all sit there and focus and see, is this even something you want to do? There are tons of people who will go out and start businesses that they're just not passionate about, and that's the thing. You have to be in there day in, day out, weekends. You know, there are days where you don't go to friends' houses or friends' birthdays because you have an event coming up or you have this coming up, and it is a full-time commitment. And if you're not ready to do that, then you should just think about your options before, you know, you go down this whole effort of like time, money, and all that kind of stuff. So where I am today, like I said, we're coming up on a year, but it has definitely been a journey, and there is no right or wrong way to really do a business necessarily, and this is all going to vary depending on your business. Are there some things I wish I had done differently? Absolutely. Are there opportunities that I had that didn't go according to plan? For sure. There have definitely been, you know, moments where I was super excited and just so much was going on and yes, happiness. And then there were tons of low moments as well where, you know, like I said, things just don't go according to plan. You know, someone backs out, you know, you don't get what you were hoping for. And as an entrepreneur, you need to be ready for that. And, you know, you can't get discouraged when, you know, bad news happens, because it's going to happen a lot. There are tons of ups and tons of downs, but you can't be in it just because of the ups and, you know, bail out when things aren't going according to plan. It's part of it. And to me, I see it as this is part of my story, and hopefully someday I can be sitting, you know, heading a very successful, you know, having Rung being extremely successful and sitting here being like, yeah, I remember that time where it, you know, totally sucked and I didn't know what I was going to do, and, you know, here's how I kind of came out of it and here's where I'm at now. And yeah, I think that's kind of it for this video. I touched on very like general things, but I obviously kind of went in depth about my personal story. There is obviously a lot to talk about in terms of being a young entrepreneur. There are so many other things I didn't touch on. And I want to sit here and tell you guys I am no expert at all. I'm still learning as I'm going, but, you know, I just kind of wanted to tell you, you know, what my experience has been like so far. I love everything I get to do. I love all the opportunities that I get. And I want to hopefully make a difference and make an impact on other people's lives who are interested in the same thing, or even if you're not, I still want to be able to help you in some kind of way. But like I said, I didn't touch on everything. I'm still learning everything. I'm not an expert. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I wanted you guys to, you know, get sort of an insight as to who I am and, you know, why I even started this company. I'm excited for where it's gonna go. You know, I have a lot planned. There's obviously going to be a lot of stuff, and like I said, it's November, so holiday things will be coming very soon. So if you guys are looking for a great gift, you know, get a nail polish set. Yeah, and if you guys really like this video, let me know in the comments below and go ahead and like the video, because I'm thinking about maybe doing, you know, like a playlist or something that is, you know, for like entrepreneurial talks or something like that, that are just kind of me sitting here on camera just kind of telling you guys about, you know, what I've learned about being a young entrepreneur or just an entrepreneur in general, and, you know, just all the kinds of things that are there. And I want to come on here and be someone who is kind of relatable. You know, I'm only 20 and kind of doing this whole entrepreneurial thing. Let me know if you guys have any ideas or any specific topics you want me to talk about. Let me know again in the comments below, and I'll be happy to do it. All right. Love you guys. Bye.